Coming into tonight, for those of you that came because it's decluttering, right? Maybe that concept attracted you. Maybe it's like, okay, this is what I need. What attracted you to that concept? Coming in thinking decluttering. Did you know that tonight was about decluttering?
No,
I didn't even
really
send you.
resonates though.
It does?
Oh yeah.
Who wants to share, like, where are you coming at decluttering? What's it mean to you? What do you want to declutter? Anybody?
Old habits,
Okay, like what?
old beliefs, old thoughts.
Our beliefs are our toughest thing. Why? Right?
Get rid of them and just bring in the new and move forward.
So there's two levels to get to your beliefs. Tonight, what you're going to do, for those of you who are new to TRA, tension and trauma release, we're going to do a gentle exercise to release and shake what's been held in the body. Physically, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. What we've brought into this life, what we've acquired through developmental trauma, right? Which is this unconscious stuff we push into the basement we really can't even tangibly identify. And then we're going to even release the hard trauma, cuts, falls, surgeries, the things we know a time and a date. And as we do this kind of work, and the way we shake, we gently shake. And why we can shake, well, most of us know we try not to shake in today's world because we don't want to look what? Weak, afraid, fearful. So the man, David Porcelli, who created this, he was in war-torn areas where they were being bombed, and everybody went like this in the fetal position, in this protective mode, and that's what we do. We operate chronically in protect, not even aware of it. We do it so much that it lodges in our system because we never complete the cycle. Like, even if somebody cuts us off and we want to say, you want to yell at them, and you don't, whatever gets nipped, and it gets stored in our tissues. But the way our psoas muscle sits in the body, which connects the lower and upper bodies, it becomes so contracted, it shortens, it dries out, and it becomes the messenger, because our gut is our brain, our true source of, are we safe or not? And if we're like this, just with your posture alone, the signaling to the chemical brain is, get ready to fight. So we get adrenaline, we get glucose, a lot of sugar, and we get cortisol. If we don't stop this cycle, and our adrenals sit right there on top of it, overwhelmed, we not only get physically, sciatica, TMJ, migraine headaches, all of that. If that becomes chronic, we then go emotionally, we get anxiety, we get depression, we get more adrenal fatigue. It's the source of all of our disease. So our body's meant to be like this, self-regulating. We're a miraculous machine that knows how to heal itself. It knows how to just do life properly. The thing that gets in our way is this little mind that perceives threat even when it doesn't exist. So it's always got the brake on, but you got the gas on. So we have the gas and the brake, and we're burning everything, and we're getting none of the good healing hormones that we're built with. We're built like an animal in the wild to just be actively aware and calm, aware of our surroundings through a presence, a grounding, an appreciation of the life around us. We can nurture our young, we can do our things, and when there's a threat, we're like, oh shit, we're either gonna go fight it, we're gonna run away, or we're gonna feign death. And whatever that person, that animal does, when the coast is clear, it gets up and it shakes. That's the natural inclination, and it goes and finds safe ground, and then it shakes back into homeostasis. That's how we're built. We're the same animal, but we're gifted with a mind. The poor animal, it's only like still operating from this part of the brain, right? Just the autonomic parts of, it's just all about survival. We have a gift to create, to be magnificent, to do amazing things on earth. And if we can get this mind coupled with a really calm, integrated, right, embodied body, they work together. And the body reminds the mind, I'm okay. Because when your belly deep down says, ah, like literally, in the morning, I'm not thinking, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You're training it over time to say, It signals to get dopamine, serotonin, and what else? Oxytocin. All the good healing, self-healing hormones and chemicals. But we're never giving our body a shot because we're in this, right, protect mode. So the goal of TRE is to get you in connect mode. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to shake it out and we're going to declutter. And once we get decluttered, we're doing it through awakening sensation, the sensuality woman right here. We're going to awaken sensation in the body that many of us have not felt in a long time. We've numbed ourselves out from the sensory connection to the body because it's easier to numb than to feel what might ignite an emotion, because that's the next level, our emotions. So when emotion comes up, maybe we don't want to speak because we're angry. Maybe we're afraid of our voice because it's not ladylike to yell and speak. We were taught, don't yell, don't speak up, be quiet, look pretty, or whatever. But the emotions are the easiest thing to rectify. When your stuff comes up, if you're grounded, if you feel safe, you can look at it and be like, you know what? I am angry. And you recognize it. Where is it in my body? And you let it dislodge because it's not going to kill you. And you just get it out. And that gives rise to sadness. Many of us don't want to feel the heartache or relive whatever's in our heart. So if we get to the anger, give it permission, we can get to the sadness, give it permission. That'll get to maybe disappointment or frustration. But it's eventually all leading to acceptance. And the acceptance is at the heart, and that's where, if we climb up into the heart, whoever has green, we could start to look at our beliefs. We can't really look at beliefs if you don't have a heart that's ready to be receptive, accepting, and says, you know what, everything has happened for a reason. Stop playing the record, and it's all right. If you can come to that baseline, we can have more resiliency to deal with the mistaken beliefs, because our beliefs dictate our behavior. They dictate the way we've been seeing ourselves, the way we've been thinking, and they're so hardened that we're not even aware of them. We're really not even aware of them until we become aware of it. And then you're like, right? The light shines a little bit. Then when we start looking at our beliefs, we can come up into our throat and say, you know what, I don't believe that anymore. And I could speak and start to replace. That's at the point where you've purged everything in your house, and you really start to look at the walls and assess, what do I like? Do I even like this house? Do I want to live here? Do I want this big house? Do I want these bills and be strapped to this? Do I want to simplify? Like, what do I want? Look around. What do I want to bring in? What speaks for me? What shows who I am? But you have to know who you are before you can, right? And most of the time you don't even need any stuff to show that, right? And then we climb higher. So beliefs, yes, but hard to get there. Mm-hmm. We got to deal with the basement junk first and honestly look at it. What am I doing with this? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Who else? Declutter for what? Why do you declutter?
I'm constantly being attacked from all around me.
And tell me, explain that.
A lot of hating, a lot of jealousy, a lot of just a lot.
And you know that because of the words you're hearing? How do you know that?
I know that because of their actions and I don't know.
Okay. So you are feeling attacked. Mm-hmm. And the people's behavior towards you, you're internalizing it and taking it personal and seeing it as a direct attack. Right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no space to see that maybe they have issues?
Yeah, they have issues.
Okay. So why go right to the line of you're being attacked?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Because
even...
their energy, it's a lot of negative energy
Okay.
that's coming from me. They're always coming from my energy.
Okay. Just keep this in mind. So what we have to be careful of with energy vampires, right?
Yes.
The only way you know that is because it's alive in you. The attack that you're feeling under, you can only be cognizant of it because it's alive in you. The jealousy you speak of them, the anger, whether you want to recognize it or not, it's the same, no different than people we get spiritual. And then everybody thinks they know everything better and they're spiritually, snobby. Like, bottom line is, when you can get to the point where no reaction, it goes through you and you're like presence. As you hold a harmonious, heartfelt presence and you learn to get that consistent, nobody can rattle you. And you know what'll happen? Those who are coming for the attack, they're gonna have to look at themselves and do some hard, when you're not reactive, they're like, ooh, or they gotta go find another person to suck the life out of. But that's gonna fall by the wayside for you. Your energy should never be tapped by anything negative or beneath. So all that's indicating is, I gotta just look at my own reactions. That's it, I don't have to change anything. But when I'm feeling under attack, where do I feel it? What am I telling myself? And that's work that you'll do. But this first line of shaking all this stuff out, the beauty of it is, you're gonna literally dislodge so much stuff that in a short time, you're gonna have more space. And with that space, you're gonna have more ability to build your strong platform. To come to this, I look at it like coming out the elevator every day on the first floor, greeting people, socially engaged, you accept everything what is, but you're coming out every day at the first level. And you put this stuff behind you because you're not dealing in the basement anymore. You're just seeing everything, observing everything with the goal of climbing higher. You understand any of that?
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is, the message to this is deal with the basement. We still got to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Until we look at it, then we can look at the beliefs. But if you're feeling under attack and it's alive and you're like, it's them, we got to say, whoa, that mirror, that's all they are, is my mirror. Everybody, you're none of my business, you're none of my business. We're none of each other's business. And if you use all your energy to be your own business and really love yourself to the point of coming to true acceptance, everything else is going to right itself. You're not going to have any enemies. And if you do, great. Let them all go fight themselves. But you're engaging because you got it. So tonight, we're just looking at that. All right, who wants to go under fire here and just, what are you decluttering?
I want to declutter, I guess, past trauma. When it comes to just relationships, men,
Yeah.
and I guess stuff like that. I feel like a lot of that has a lot to do with my inability to love myself wholeheartedly, and that's probably my biggest issue that I want. And keeps
So
me
you
busy.
not feeling like worthy in a
The
way?
thing is, I do feel worthy, but deep down inside, I know I don't. Do you
So
understand what I
how
mean?
do you feel worthy?
I mean, I know I'm.
Give me a tangible, how am I worthy? I am worthy because,
Oh, because I'm a great person.
in my, how am I a great person?
I do for others. I help people.
So I serve people
I serve
with my heart,
Mm-hmm.
so I know that I offer that. Give me another something.
I love with all my heart.
You love. Your heart was open,
Yeah,
over open,
yeah.
okay? And we serve, we identify as servers. It could be a mother, and I do. But a part of you is like, wow, when is it ever going to stop? Because I'm not doing it from a really filled place. Because if I'm here, but below me is not full, all my colors aren't in bloom, all my tone, which will do its sound, I'm missing some sound in there. There's a void. Well, we can't keep sustained up here. That's why you got green, right? Filling yourself with green like a flower, like a plant receives chlorophyll. So what you do, it's easier to serve. And you give yourself until you exhaust yourself, right? But you justify in the mind says, I'm a good person, I'm serving, I'm doing. But what am I doing for me? What are you doing for you? What are you doing? You're saying relationships, and it went to men.
Yeah,
What's my relationship with me?
with me, yeah.
What is it? Are you in a relationship with you?
That's what I'm working on actually right now.
So if you were to date you,
Mm-hmm.
what do you see? Are you attracted to you?
I guess so. I don't know.
So what attracts you?
I don't know. I think I'm a good catch.
Good catch. How are you a good catch? What do you get from you? What do you, and you don't have to have it all now. I'm just saying, line it up and what's my relationship with me? My date night with me, where I don't care, I don't want anybody to infringe upon my time because I'm content with me. I have so much to do and so excited to do it, there's not enough time to do it. What lights me up? That I want to go do it. And I want to be eager and get in the world and keep moving into that passionate place. I don't need a guy. Matter of fact, the guy's slowing my ass down. Because whatever, I'll meet you out and then just, but like, I'm just saying, codependency on whatever it is, we gotta just be regulating. You're so regulated yourself that you're co-regulating everyone else around you. They're gonna be attracted to you just for what you're singing from your soul, not what you're vibrating from your body. You follow that?
Yeah.
Because the body speaks. Our words don't mean anything. You could blah, 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 blah. I talk to you, I could talk gibberish to you. I have a whole counseling session in gibberish. Doesn't matter. It's how we're looking at each other. It's our posture. It's our presence. It's the felt sense. Words screw it all up. Because the ego gets in and tries to make sense. Literal sense of stuff the heart and the soul cannot. It's not logical. Right? The soul, which it sounds like you're trying to be in relationship to your soul, is perfect. It's always calling you, reminding you of your perfection. It's the ego, the scared little thing goes keeping us safe from trauma, from past relationship, that keep us dodging and weaving and never penetrating the soul. Because you said you have faith. But what? What are you doing with your faith? How have you integrated that into your heart? Into the way you interact with the world? Into your conception of yourself? You don't have to know, but just to think about. Right? All right, and then we're going to move along. What'd you tell me?
I'm saying.
What are you thinking? I know. What are you thinking? We got the
I don't know. I was originally thinking physical clutter.
Yes, but
things
that's
that-
good.
Things that, like that I want to get rid of in the house, like stuff starting to bug me now.
Well, that's beautiful. That's perfect entree into. That's why we're here. Look, collectively, we're so overwhelmed with stuff. It's not a little. And by the way, none of what you're thinking. All our thoughts on our own, right? We're either in the left, negative, collective, right? The sphere of destruction, or you're in God's mind. That's it. That's all that exists. The rest is just pluses and minuses. and you're either bobbing and weaving and going in, whatever. And if you set your intention and you line up and you decide what frequency you want to emit, right? If you're a radio station and you want jazz, you're going to attract jazz people. If you want dance music, you're going to attract dance music. But you have to consciously tune exactly what you want. And right now, the physical clutter literally prevents us from even finding something on the radio. It's just so much to choose from, so many choices. So if you can start just with that, that's great. Start with that. So some of us have to start physically to get to the heart of the matter. Some of us have to go into the heart of the matter, and we don't care what chaos we're in. And as we get that right, we're going to, tidy up around us. Everybody's journey and method's different. So physical right now sounds important to you. What was blocked? Your root?
Everything from my heart down.
That's it. And that's your cluttered up. And so physically, that'll free you. And tonight's going to free you when we shake this stuff out. All right, one more. What'd you tell me?
I was gonna say all the doubts I have.
Okay, so that's beliefs. Is that beliefs, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
So give me a belief. Give me one of those doubts.
Whether I can achieve the life that I want.
So I can't achieve the life I want. Is that what your record's playing? Because
Um,
your read was your record is playing.
I hold back. I
Right.
hesitate.
That's why your throat's completely blocked, right? And you're hesitating because the only message in your head is negative conditioning. True? So you're always trying to confirm that negative bias. Everything you do starts with doubt and resistance. So you enter it already screwed. So all you gotta do is recognize it. That's why you're here. We start to awaken the awareness, because that's what we talked about down in the basement: sensation, emotion, and that wakes up awareness. When you have that all awakening, now you're ready to say, this is what I'm saying to myself. But awareness means you gotta take action. You don't want to become aware and just keep the clutter all around you. Now you gotta throw this crap out, right? So you have to ready yourself, because that might mean change not only for you, but the people around you. Because you've been serving, doing for everyone else. When you enact your own change, it's gonna put everybody else in a little tizzy. But it'll be okay if it's your truth. And everybody else is gonna actually be relieved and step into responsibility that you might have been shouldering and actually disempowering the people around you. As you step into your power, you empower everybody around you. Right? All right, who didn't say? You talked, you did. You told me what? What were you, it's on your mind, decluttering.
I think it's getting out of my own way.
How are you in your own way?
I think similar doubt and
So is this doubt that's been playing this same record from a child? And it only has gotten louder? Is it the same
No.
messaging?
it maybe was when you said with my
Solar plexus.
just that not like the talent, like not believing in my talent or my not worth isn't the right word. Just not believing in
Your gifts.
Yeah, my gifts.
Feeling that I have something that people really would want to stick around to learn about and pay for.
Right, and this feeling that I'm not letting myself be myself. Like, and that's where the magic comes in, is just feeling letting myself just love astrology and love all the things that I love, right?
And what's preventing you from that now?
I think it's been what other people will think, or just fit into the culture,
Yeah.
trying to fit in.
And that's,
So now I'm just feeling like breaking away from that, from fitting in.
I mean, we all can relate to that, right? We all want to belong. We all want to be acknowledged. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be loved. They're the basic conditions of the human existence. But feeling like, I have to prove myself, or, I have to satisfy other people. You can throw that out the door. That I need permission to do anything, to throw that out the door. And that I give a shit what you think.
Yeah, there's almost like an old masculine way and I'm just done with it, right? I'm just wanting to do it.
Feminine.
Yeah, embracing what is really me and
Right.
letting go of all that other stuff that's not useful to me anymore. It served me for a long time, but it's just no more.
And it's gotten in your way.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I want to get out of my own way. And it's this stuff that isn't me. And we have to really clearly, before we move on here, me, ego me, it just comes in to help us navigate this world. The true me, the one that's magical, that's soul,
Yeah.
right? So it's tapping in and listening for who that is.
I know it's overused, but authentically, just
The authentic self. And when you step into it consistently, the world, first they want to break you down, they want to ridicule you, you gotta have the resilience, and they want to say, who she thinks she is, and then they want to be you,
Yeah.
because you create such resonant tone. Now, but that is where the world is right now with social media and trends and fads, and look at the people that become these bright lights and all these big Nike, they want them wearing their stuff for free, right? Because the magnetism is so attractive. So we need to understand what our light is, pull away from the world long enough, cultivate, keep oxygenating, build that light, let it be a flame, and then you'll create that tribe and all the people around you. But it's easier to just go in your path, your route. It's going to be a little unfamiliar, a little uncomfortable, and a little lonely. It's lonely as it is. We could be in a room with 100,000 people and we're lonely. But lonely meaning, you know what? I got my own back. And then the good thing is when you go in your lane, you're going to attract everybody that's meant to sincerely seek you and not deal with all the riffraff and all the clutter.